got a chance to see the new horror movie Clown in a Cornfield? Let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I'm your host, Frank Zenk. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, we're going to be talking about Clown in a Cornfield. But before I do, remember to give it a like, give me a subscribe if you can. If you could share this video out there, that would be amazing as well. And on top of that, I am a writer myself, so if you'd like to read anything that I've written, you can either go to Amazon.com and type my name, Frank Zenka, in there, or you can go into the description below and click on that link. It'll take you right there, and you can check out my 4-novel series about sci-fi. Destiny Aurora was also made into a board game, an RPG, and a audio book, and a graphic novel. So it is on Audible as well. All my books are on Kindle. And on top of that, I also have my fantasy novel, Tales of Ravenor the Iron Witch, a Holocaust biography called Escape from Berlin, a horror book called The Awakening. It's basically The Sixth Sense. It's a ghost story. And my new book is a couple of fairy tales that I have going on. I have a novel coming out, and I'm still writing. I didn't have it come out yet. And I'm working on a new comic called Fairy Tales of Terror. It's going to be awesome. That'll be coming to Kickstarter. All right, so let's jump into Clown in a Cornfield. I kind of just was in the mood for something that was just kind of stupid. Like a little stupid fun. And that's pretty much what I got here today. I was pretty surprised. I went to a 9:30 showing on a Saturday night. So, because I am working on a movie on Monday, so it's pretty much like I've been working all day. When you get to the end of pre-production, you get balls to the wall kind of thing. So I didn't really have time to do anything today. So 9:30 was the earliest I could go see a movie. And when I got there, people were in my seat. So I guess like an entire family came in and like took people's seats because the girl, she was a teenager. She said, is anybody else coming with you? Because then she would have to move. And I don't know, because there had to be a family, because when he came back in, other people had his seat because he went out to get food or whatever. And they were constantly communicating with the people in the front row, of which I had a big problem with the people in the front row, because first of all, they brought like a 6-year-old girl to a horror movie like this. What is wrong with you? You don't bring a 6-year-old girl in here. So she was constantly coming up to talk to the teenager next to me, and they were passing food or whatever. But the guy, who was probably the head of the household, he was constantly had his phone on the entire movie. The entire movie. He only turned it off in the last minute. The last minute of the film is when he turned it off. And if it wasn't sold out, I can't really say sold out because people were stealing seats or whatever, but it was full. The theater was full. And so if I didn't have a hard time getting all the way down to the front row and coming all the way back, I would have had a problem with him. I would have caused an issue. But I didn't. Instead, I just kind of leaned back and put my hand like this so I didn't see the cell phone. So I just kind of covered it. I don't understand these people, man. Why come to the theater if you're going to have your phone on 100% of the film? And this movie was an hour and a half long. It didn't overstay its welcome. It's directed by Eli Craig, and he also co-wrote it. It's based on a book that I've never heard of by Adam Cesar. And Eli Craig is the director of Tucker versus Evil or something to that effect. And also Zombieland. And you can kind of see that same kind of vibe from Zombieland in here. The look of the film is very similar to Zombieland as well, as far as I'm concerned. It's got those, very painted type of colors and the stark black and whites as far as the shading of the lighting. So it's got a very similar look and feel. It's also co-written by Carter Blanchard, who did the second Independence Day. Nothing to talk about there, man. But I think Eli Craig has a definite talent for being able to mix horror and comedy, and it's very cheeky. And again, it doesn't take itself seriously in the least. So if you're looking for a straight horror movie, it's a little bit more like Hard Eyes, where we have the tongue-in-cheek type of a dialogue on top of the horror. I don't think that the twist did it any favors. I don't think the twist did the film any favors. I think that the twist could have been done a lot better, or there would have been a lot better a twist, I should say. I didn't think that the twist was very good, and I don't know if that actually came from the novel. I'm not going to do any spoilers here, so you don't have to worry about me giving up, what the twist is. But on top of that, the acting I thought was very good. There's absolutely no name actors in any of this, and that is the beauty of horror, is that Shudder can put this out, because Shudder was a distribution company on it. There was a couple of other production companies on it. It was shot 100% in Canada, from Manitoba to Ontario. And I forgot where else that it was, but it was all over Canada. It was like 3 or 4 different cities in Canada this thing was shot in. So none of it was the United States, which, I know that the Trump tariff thing, first of all, will never happen. It'll never happen because it was just him trolling. But the idea of bringing stuff back here to the United States, I am definitely all for. I'm tired of the stuff going out of the country for sure and having no work here. But anyway, the film acting, so the main actress is from Netflix's Ginny and George or something like that. I got Katie Douglas is her name, but I can't remember, Ginny and something. But I've never seen it. It's a Netflix show. Ginny and Georgia. Oh, it's close. And then the guy who plays her father was from Blind Spot. Because I kept saying, I know that guy from somewhere, but I didn't know exactly where. And also the town matron, patriarch, is Kevin Durand, who was just in Abigail. He was also in the vampire thing. I forgot what it was called, where he played the rat catcher. I actually like that show, the vampire show. But again, I thought that the actors did a really good job. They had, this tongue-in-cheek kind of thing to play with, and everybody kind of took it seriously enough to be able to throw in those comedic lines and still make it work, which I was happy about. So this is the story of Quinn and her dad, who is a doctor. They came from the city, of course, going from the city to the small town. It doesn't say what state the small town is in. And her mother just had overdosed. Her father didn't take it well and couldn't work anymore. So he was down and out kind of thing. So he took this small town doctor job, and they're moving into this really run-down house, which you never really see them fix up or anything to that effect, which I would have liked to have seen some kind of passage of time for the house, considering how much emphasis they put on in the beginning that it was messed up. But again, we never see that. So, of course, she's warned not to befriend all of these down and out other teenagers, including by their neighbor, whose name is Rust, who I always thought it was Rust, but it's Rust. Big tall guy. It's funny that he's probably 6'5" and she's 5 foot she's every bit of 5 foot, man. I mean, you cannot. She's tiny, and especially when you put it up to net against him. I don't think he's 6'5". I think he's at least 6 foot to 6'2". And then we have Carson McCormick playing Cole. He is the patriarch's son. Basically the owner of the town is his son, so he's rich. But he always he's still going. He still gets all the brunt of everything. So he has to stay after class, and he doesn't get any preferential treatment whatsoever. So we have Tucker. We have Janet. Janet's the traditional, blonde bombshell type of thing. And then you had Ronnie, who I can't really tell what her ethnicity is, whether it was Indian or whatever. I couldn't tell what she was, or if she was half black. I can't tell. But it was very funny that she had some good lines, I thought. But the thing was, like, I think it was maple syrup that they were making or whatever, and the logo for the maple syrup was a clown, and we saw it. In the very beginning we see 1991, and then it jumps till today. So the very first scene is the only like little flashback. But every year they have this thing called Founders Day, which I think they've used in another film. I know that name, Founders Day. I was almost thinking that it was Thanksgiving, but there's definitely a movie called with Founders Day in it. But I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But, we have the jock, the traditional, stuff with this that the group all is made up of. And we don't get to really see anybody else from school. It's just these people hanging out at, like, barns or whatever else. And, they're stealing alcohol. So the traditional, tropey teenagers. And they do that on purpose because of the twist. But, again, I'm not going to give that away. But I thought the movie was fun. I liked the characterization. Again, I thought the acting was very good, even though we saw absolutely no name actors. And it just goes to show that even a stupid titled movie, like, come on. The title is incredibly stupid. Yet, it has had people all through it. And I can't find the budget for this movie, but considering it had no name talent, it literally had 20 people in it, including, like, stunt guys. And I thought the kills were okay. Nothing really stood out about the kills that were anything different than we've ever seen before. But it was fun nonetheless. And I don't even know what happened to the last guy. If anybody's seen the film and wants to tell me what happened to the last guy, let me know. So, and we got, little sticks like she doesn't know how to drive stick, and then she gets into a car, and her dad, because she's always, wants to battle her dad for no reason. He says, you want me to teach you how to drive stick? It could be a bonding moment. And she's like, no. And then when she gets in the car later where she needs to get away from the killers, she can't drive the stick. And she's like, she talks to herself. She just says, when your dad offers to teach a joystick, you say yes. So little things like that. And of course, they get into this house that only has a rotary phone. They're trying to dial 911. And they're like, where's the buttons? I don't know. What's wrong with this phone? So anyway, a little tongue-in-cheek stuff like that. But that gives you kind of an idea about what this film is like, because I don't want you going to the film thinking that it's going to be, a very, balls to the wall, very serious type of thing. Again, it's more like Star Eyes and things like that, where it's got the killer horror side, the slasher type, but it also has, these characters that, play off one another, which I think, I thought the chemistry really worked. I even thought that the chemistry between Cole and Quinn were actually pretty good. So again, sometimes that doesn't play off. But I thought, again, the fact that they chose no-name actors and went ahead with this possibly in a budget. I wouldn't think it would be more than 10 mil. So it kind of falls into that Blumhouse type of vibe. I would think it's even less than 10 mil, but I don't know. I can't tell anymore how some of these people spend money. And of course, it was all they had the rebate in Canada, so I'm sure it's like a 20-30% thing in Canada. So even if it was 12 million, it's going to come in below 10 because of the rebate. So anyway, so it only needs to make 25-30 million to break even. So let's see how it does. All right, well, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If I'm going to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, it's like a 6.5. It's not, again, it's not great. It's just a fun time at the movies. That's about the extent of it. Don't look for anything beyond that, but I think that the cast has a future for sure. All right. Remember to give me a like, give me a thumbs up, share this video out there, and if you can, check out my stuff on Amazon. Go and type my name into Amazon or click the link in the description below. Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. I am going to production, so my videos will be even more sparse than they are right now. All right, bye-bye.